am here with my dear friend Stephanie and Danderson. I'll say it right. Stephanie. I'm Jimmy Emerson, and this is the How to Jimmy Vegas show, part of What's Up Vegas. You go to What's Up Vegas all the time. What's Up Vegas, and we have everything on there. Coupons, free shows, advertisements, stories, dirt, a little bit of everything. You've been on my show before.
Yeah.
We've known each other for quite a while now, and Stephanie. For those of you that don't know, is a big performer. She has her own show here once a week, every Thursday at the Flex.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in it several times.
We're the only show that starts on time. Not trying to read anyone.
Every time.
There is no drag time.
I love that part. And she says it right there. Don't think it says 9:30. It means 9:30, 9:29.
9:30.
9:30. No, I love that about you.
No, we're a drinking bar, and it's like I realize that when you're in a bar atmosphere, just like some of the big shows on the strip, their object is to sell tickets.
Of course.
Our object is to sell drinks, and the show gets them in, and the bartenders keep them around, and we just all kind of work together.
And the show's going to be on time. It's
early enough to go out.
You don't show up at 9:30. You get there because the show starts at 9:30. Anyway, you also have an amazing store, which you've had a few years now.
It's going on 10 years in this location. Yeah.
It's called Into the Looking Glass, right?
Right. It's the letter
N, the number 2. And you have a little bit of everything. Yeah. Makeup, wigs, jewelry. You have a studio in the back.
I was running late today with y'all because I was in Henderson doing weddings and I was stuck in traffic.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, I don't even have time to put makeup on. And I'm looking at this camera.
You look fine.
I'm looking at you, Jimmy, and I feel so underpainted.
Well, I throw this on, but
this looks nice.
You painted me in the past. You have a beautiful studio.
Thank you.
You do the air spray.
Yeah, the airbrush.
Airbrush. And you did me a couple of years ago for Halloween. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite looks, half skeleton and half glamour. And it's one of my favorite. Remember that? It was a hoot.
He was just offering me markers to put on more makeup.
Oh, okay. Well, she doesn't need more. You always look great.
Oh, well,
you always look great.
Well, you invited me on to talk about rodeo.
Let's talk about rodeo.
So let's talk about rodeo.
The national finals is in town right now.
It is. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I ran into 2 ladies coming out of Sally's.
Yeah.
And I love that whole kind of country Nashville look.
Sure.
The Nashville looks with all the rhinestones and stuff like that. And they're selling hats for cowboy rodeo, cowboy, and some of them are like, $300-$400 a hat. They're really nice. But I introduced myself to him because she was in braids. She looked so pretty. She looked like a young Dale Evans.
Nice.
And so she invited me to come to rodeo as one of her guests.
Good.
And I said, well, I'm with Bighorn Rodeo, the the Nevada Gay Rodeo Association.
That's right.
Name of our rodeo is Bighorn. And this year we're starting all new. We have new board members, new everything. And we're coming together more as a team, even more so than we usually do this year, to put on our shows and to put on our rodeo. And it costs a lot of money to put on rodeo.
And it's a lot of work. People don't realize the work behind this. We just did it a few months ago.
Yeah, we did.
You have an outdoor. I've done it 2 or 3 years now. It's always a lot of fun. Thank you for asking.
And Doug, our rodeo director from last year, he is now the show director this year for rodeo.
Okay.
And then Scarlet Fever, who's been around forever. She's a former Imperial Court Grand Poobah, what do they call it?
Imperial.
The
Empress.
Yeah, the Empress. That's it. Had a little
Serenader just won that, right?
Serenader, yes.
We tried to get her on the show today, but she's busy. But we'll get her.
You'll get her. She's great. She's a lot of fun.
I've known her for a while.
But now. Scarlet Fever is our show director for our regular shows in the bars.
Right.
This coming year, and then all of us are coming together. The thing I love about rodeo, if you want something different. If you, the bars are wonderful, but if you get kind of tired of sometimes just going to the bars,
it's a change of pace.
It's a change of pace. It
Big
is.
Time.
And if you want, I never say that we're a working rodeo. I say we're an involved rodeo because we have so many different levels that you can do. And of course, anything that you love is never work. You're involved with it.
It's not like going to work because you love doing it anyway.
It is. And we're not a huge organization as far as like what you would compare the court to locally. There's more members with the court. However, we all work together, but we're like a family. We truly are like a big family.
It's
and
NGRA. Right?
Yeah, the NGRA,
National
Nevada Gay Rodeo
Rodeo
Association. And it's something, if you want a place to fit in, this is it. If you are one
Everyone
of those,
is welcome.
right.
I noticed
everyone,
that. That's what I loved about it from
And
the very first.
our rodeo director this year is Rosemary. She was assistant director last year. We welcome gay, straight, transgender,
Yeah, I know.
all of it. And this is the thing. If you really want to feel like you belong somewhere, this is
the place to be.
It really is the place to be.
And you're open to anyone. And we're going to put up your there's a website.
And we are gay. We are.
No, it's a gay organization.
Which means it's across the board, whatever gay means today.
That's right.
That's what we are. Because in our competition, we even have what's called a mix, which is more like non-binary.
Right.
And we have a Mr., we have a Ms. And
but you know what? Here's the thing. It's a gay event and all that, but it's pretty much family friendly. I've seen
extremely.
People bring their kids. Yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's rodeo fun. It just happens to be.
I'm just going to put this out there.
Okay,
and
please
do. They may go, oh my God, Stephanie, what the hell was you saying about this? But if you like some pretty eye candy and a pair of Wranglers and a cowboy hat, this is the place to go.
You know you're not wrong.
And some of those Utah boys and New Mexico boys are just absolutely wonderful to look at.
The view is gorgeous.
And we have it in ours. Oh my gosh. They clean up so well.
They certainly do. Steph, we could talk on and on. Is there anything else we want to talk about? Something coming up?
I have a contest coming up.
Okay.
It's at Flex. It is on the 18th. It is our that is a Thursday. I know your show I think my show is before yours, so they can come over to your show after.
The Lambda
something
show.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's earlier. It's true. Yeah. We don't conflict.
Anyway, this is a $350 cash prize plus a month's worth of bookings, plus over $300 in prizes.
Perfect.
And the bar is also giving away bar tabs and stuff like that for first, second, third.
They're very
but
generous
it's basically winner gets all.
Nice.
Our Halloween one, we were packed.
So is there a theme?
It is holiday. Now we're advertising it like Christmas, but the rules only say holiday. So if someone is like clever and wants to do 4th of July and entertain us, and it's just presentation.
Could be the Statue of Liberty or whatever you want. Yeah.
It's just a presentation, holiday presentation, and then talent. And talent needs to be some type of holiday. Like you can do a regular song.
So it doesn't have to be a Christmas song. It could be
it can be anything.
An independent song
but most people
a New
are
Year's
doing,
song or anything holiday.
People are doing Christmas time.
Well, that makes sense.
Last, our Halloween pageant that we had.
Yeah.
Desiree D. St. James won.
I love Desiree.
I do. She's a national title holder.
She's wonderful.
And we had a great turnout for it. The kids, it was amazing. The talent we have in this city. And I love doing drag. I mean, I love painting up and doing all that.
You're so good
but
at
I love watching it as much as I like doing it.
I do too.
I love it. And Desiree St. James, I'm telling you, if I had a big show like what you used to work in, she would be one of the first people I would want to put in it because she's one heck of a dancer.
Pro from
all the way down,
start to finish.
all the way down.
Right.
So
it's nice to work with somebody that's that dedicated.
And there's no cover charge. There's no entry fee. It's winner takes all, basically.
And it's 18th.
It's the 18th. It's coming up. It's
not
this Thursday. It's the following.
Should air by then. If not, you're going to be doing your next. You've got contests coming up.
We have a few off and on that we do, and my places we have a lot. I book season, but I book all types of entertainment. But I like working with some of the younger girls because what I've taught them is time is money. Start on time. Now some of them go to other shows and they're like, Mary, this is
supposed to be at 10 o'clock. It's quarter to 11. That started years ago, and I'm glad you're on top of that. Before we go, I want to ask you something on air because I want to put you on the spot.
Okay.
I'm going to be traveling out of town in the near future, and I may be gone for a few days. And would you honor me and be my guest host for this show?
I would love to. You know, I love coming in and doing
and you can bring your people, so many people in the community, and we'll plan that. If you would do that for me,
sure.
Well, I love you anyway.
Yeah, just give me the date.
It would be fun.
I'd love to do that.
Stephanie Anderson is going to be the guest host for How to Jimmy Vegas.
You know what we should do?
What's that?
we should do, and this is an old Southern thing that they used to do in
Okay.
Ambush magazine
Okay.
back in the day. It was a gossip
Ambush,
column.
New Orleans. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a gossip column.
Yeah.
And what we should call it is allegedly, and we could
Allegedly.
talk about the dirt allegedly.
Well, that's what Miss Show was originally supposed to be. Dish the dirt. How did Jimmy
But
Vegas?
this is so good because you get so much information. Like you just had the people from the center.
That's right.
That I didn't even know some of this
Well,
stuff was
Dr.
going
Jerry
on.
Cade has been on. We've had from Q Bugle. Rob Schlegel has been on several times. We've had politicians on. We've had.
Well, you just have well, I don't know how you edit all of this and stuff, but you just had one of my idols on. You were one of them too. I told you that a long time ago. And I love Jimmy James. He's one. I would love to get him in with this.
Yeah.
But David Diablo, I met him about probably 27 years ago.
That's right.
At least.
Sure.
And
well, he did pave the way for a lot.
He was one of my drag heroes.
Sure.
I mean, seriously, because they did everything live. He looked like his character.
That's
he
right.
looked like a woman when he did everything. It was classic female impersonation. But the crap that they had to go through in San Francisco back in the 60s and 70s was
not like today.
Unreal. And
there's a long story
there's
there.
so much you can learn from this gentleman.
That's true.
It's amazing. And one thing, I just want to bring this up.
Okay.
This man is one of the most talented men I've ever met in my life. And what we don't talk about is the ageism within our community.
That's right.
That we need to talk within entertaining. And
It is what it
feel
is.
like part of the reason he's not performing as much as he should be performing is because, and I see it with myself, I've seen it with you, I've seen it with all of us, that you get to a certain age and they just don't think you have anything to offer them anymore. And that's just not true.
Well,
this man,
and you can't forget who paved the way for
Right.
us. You and I we were young one time,
We
but there were
were.
people way before we
and
were
every
around.
generation wants to leave their mark. But this man, there's so much you can, like you
Yes.
with David, so much we can learn. And I remember Kenny Kerr, dear Kenny Kerr.
Kenny Kerr.
He said,
Legend.
you are only as good as the people you surround yourselves with.
That's right.
And you and David both surrounded yourself with
Well,
incredible people.
Well, that's
He's a
why I have
trained
people
singer.
like you. I mean, quick story. You know, in the 70s, yes, I was around in the 70s.
No, you said
In Texas, though, when I first started, Beaumont, Texas, you know, I am the original Miss Beaumont. I'm not making that
Really?
up. I'm Miss Beaumont Emeritus.
Oh, wow.
Hand to God. Anyway, back in the 70s, in the 60s and 70s, I was still very young in Texas. The law was if you were caught dressed as a woman in public, you could be arrested.
Oklahoma was like that. where I was
Oklahoma,
from.
a lot of southern states were that way. Then they changed the law that if you were going to perform for comedy or whatever reason as a woman, you had to be wearing 3 pieces of male attire.
It was sock, and underwear.
Well, I'm at cock and 2 balls. Is that enough? I don't know.
Girl, they used to.
We'll cut that out. But I just
in Oklahoma, I was working in a club called Angles, and this was the very early 80s.
yes.
And what happened, they decided to come in, and Scott Wilson ended up suing the city over all of this, and he really paved the way for the gays in Oklahoma City. But they came in, raided the club, and held the queens down to
Yes.
the ground
Oh, yeah.
to see if you had 3
There's a lot of
articles
pieces
of
of
clothing
male
on.
clothing on. That's
Right.
true. We could go
Yeah,
on
yeah.
and on. We've got stories for days. Stephanie, thank you again.
Thank you
I'm
so
going to
much.
have you on to host soon
Yeah,
if
sure.
you don't mind. I'd love to have
Love
you.
to.
And we're going to have you back again soon. The
Okay.
rodeo is in town now, and your
Right.
show is
The
on Thursday.
the national, that's what they call the CIS or
NFR,
the
National
straight.
Finals.
Yeah, is there.
It's going on
And
around.
then ours is coming up. We're going to have more information. Join
We'll
us
put
on
it on our screen.
Facebook, the Nevada Gay Rodeo Association. Join us on Facebook. We're on X. We're on all of it.
all the
Mhm.
social medias. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll be back.
Thank you.
you, Stephanie. Love you.
Okay.